Vantage point, other side looking over across to this offense with Jordan and all these receivers and Tucker's coming back.
Yeah.
What's Jordan looking like in camp?
Looking good. I think, every camp, this is my third camp with him so far. So every time, we've played and been able to compete in practice, he always looks really good. So we try to, get our little competition.
What is unique about him in the pocket?
Man, I think his most unique thing that he does is the no looks.
Okay.
He's good at that. He doesn't do it like super often in games, but he's able to kind of get false key you and you think he's going one way and then 1 second he get to go the other way just like that. So he's got a lot of different things to his game that are very unique and makes it hard to be able to play against him.
So I think I have a workman's comp play coming. You know what I mean? If my hearing goes. Durant. Shot clock at 6. Durant the drive goes to the basket. Lays it up. Thunder by 3. Their largest lead of the night. Bryant. Durant fights over the screen. Fights over again. Kobe Bryant puts it in. What a tough shot.
Is this legit?
Seen it.
You faked it. And I guess she choked. I don't know what the hell happened.
It's in her role.
I don't know what you fake news. Don't ever talk again. You're fake news. One of the worst in the business. Fortunately, nobody watches you.
These are the odds in the NFC North. Despite finishing last year, the odds makers still favor the Lions to come out of arguably the toughest division in football. Coach, do you look at the Lions and say they deserve to be the favorites in that division?
Yeah, when you look at the issues that were there, so they had the offensive coordinator turnover prior to the season, then they go into the season, it's not working out, they turn over the offensive coordinator in game 10, but across the board, Jared Goff, I think, was 4th or 5th in touchdowns and
Yep.
right around there in yards. Jahmyr Gibbs had another Pro Bowl season. They had the only two wide receivers in the league, the only tandem that had over 1,000 yards combined, and right on down the line, there was success after success after success with all of the noise and distractions and other things that went wrong. So I don't think they're very far away at all. And now with Dan going through the transition in offensive coordinator, he's better prepared for dealing with that too.
Yeah, I also think part of it, Coach Campbell, Dan Campbell made that statement because he's in the heart of training camp, and they start running back. Jahmyr Gibbs is doing a holding, right? And so now he's, there was a question asked, like, how do you feel? What do you need to see going into the season that's going to make you feel comfortable? He was like, I want to know if we can run the ball, right? I want to know if we can stop the run, and I want to know if we can protect on the back, and how can we stand up in situational football. I think every head coach, and since I've been, Coach can attest to this, when you start the season, there's things you need to see to make sure your team's ready for the starting line. And when you don't have your star running back, you lost David Montgomery, and you start to say, man, there's some continuity we need before we start this thing. And Jahmyr Gibbs right now isn't playing. He said, I'm holding out. I want more money, and rightfully so. Like
They're going to pay him.
You would think, but they don't have to, because they still have to pay Sam Laporta. They still have to pay Brian Branch. There's still 2 more years on this deal. So I think for Coach Campbell, that is,
Chip with Japan. They're very strong, very, very strong financially. And they were weakening yet, and they wanted a little
Mr. Fauci, do you know who David Shurtler is?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Fifth Amendment of the Constitution. What does the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution say?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
No, I'm just asking you what it says.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
I'm going to give the Constitution to my aide. He'll bring it over to you so you can.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your and DK's relationship? Because you guys were working out of UCLA before you were a Pittsburgh Steeler, before it was announced last season. And obviously last year you guys have some great connections. It's offseason, you guys are riding horses together now. He's obviously over here now that you're about to cook the hell out of Tony Fauci. You know, that's my first time getting eyes on this particular. I don't even know what you would say about this. I mean, what is DK like? Specimen. He is a specimen. I mean, that's a compliment. Obviously, you're an alien, dude. It is an absurd thing. But what has it been like building and developing with DK? Obviously, you've had great wide receiver connections in the past. This is a very high-profile, very public, and the Steelers very abnormal to have this type of wide receiver paid the way that he's paid. What has it been like growing with DK? What do you expect from him this year?
Well, body type, he's like nobody I've ever played with. He weighs 230-ish, 220s. And he's like 10% body fat maybe or less. He's an absolute animal. But the thing that you realize after, especially after going to Idaho, is you have a lot of closeness with guys on the team. But last year, compared to this year, it felt like we were teammates last year, and this year we're actually really close friends. So that's been really cool. And not that I didn't love him last year. I didn't love him last year, but we've been able to really to bond. Oh no, he's crying over there. Bond and connect in a different way, and it makes a difference for sure. He's my roommate over here at the dorms, and DK has a big heart. He's got a really big heart, and he really cares about doing things the right way. And I would say that if you want to know, if you're a young player, you want to know what it looks like to be an NFL player and to practice the right way, you should watch DK Metcalf.
Yeah. And you should know you're never going to look.
Yeah, that's what
Definitely try.
I wanted DK since he took that picture with AJ. Yeah, back in college. I get one of those guys.
Some of them even walked. Who do you walk? Buddha?
Yeah.
I watched Buddha. You remember that? Obviously. Maybe play some defense this year. Maybe let's get on.
He played a rough gunner last year.
Yeah, let's get you on a punt team.
I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, a fair catch right there. I mean, DK's out here. Let's hope to God he doesn't get hurt. Also, when you sit there right side, that's a fair catch immediately. So think about him.
I think those guys are going to piggyback on what I said from earlier, too. They had some good. Yeah.
Mr. Bailey, it carries out the game for the Chicago. Sees a crowd, he turns the corner and just bullets in. Oh, stolen by Dennis Smith Jr. And then it's Hill, James, somehow saw a foot in the corner. Put on the umpire. James. And Smith goes inside.
That's Sullivan.
After the shot. 6 to 2. James steps back. That's a whistle. Inside the bench, right behind Drummond, right side of right. There's James on the front. James with 4 goes 5 yards. 34 for Jokic. LeBron James for 8. James. Chandler with 5. LeBron driving, falling away over Chandler.
2 minutes left in the game.
Picks up the loose ball behind him. Gets up the dude. LeBron backing up. That's it goes. It's ready to go.
Plays to LeBron. James down the lane.
Here comes LeBron. Gathering. To the front court. Here's LeBron James. He goes off. 17 under 3 minutes. Switch. Tony Snell has his side. So here's James gets it back. It's the inbound. They put it in the hands of LeBron. They have to hoist. Step back.
James reads it beautifully. The kid.
Inside, Sam Duncan. Durant to the crossover.
Been in this offense. I love this. You know, we got obviously Christian, JV, Tucker. They've been here, been in this offense. Now we're just building on all the little things we worked on over the past couple of years. You know, MG locked in now over there at X, and so I'm expecting big things. He's had a great training camp so far, and it's all about just building on stuff from the years before. But I love the group. I love the guys we got. Obviously, like I said, we've been together for a couple of years now. It's our first rodeo together. Which makes it fun to come out here and be able to play fast, and we understand each other, how to talk to each other when we're out here on the field, and like I mentioned, it's just building on all the things we've had from years before.
It's 48 minutes, and Bron not trying to dominate it for 48 minutes.
Okay, but hold on. If you touch the ball for 6, 7, 8 seconds, Brown's not a catch and go with it.
Who? Jaylen Brown?
He's a wild card in all this.
Throw Jaylen Brown the basketball with 3.2 on the clock.
Yeah,
get a bucket. That's what makes it good. Yeah, Jason Tatum, if you go look at the tape, Jason Tatum, they ran plays, sets. We're getting him the ball. We're starting the quarter. We're getting him the ball. We're feeding him. And Jason Tatum was actually a better willing passer. He's way more efficient as far as finding the open guy. Jaylen Brown always takes an extra dribble, and then it's too late.
Yeah, Dr. Shumper, you make some good points, but may I ask 2 questions?
Yeah.
When was Jaylen Brown's best year?
Last year.
Okay, when he had the ball. Not catch and go. When he has the ball, 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds, he goes to work. He's not going to have that. Now he's going to have to catch and
hard. It's hard to say, man, coming off my best year, I got to put my ego down. Yeah. If Bron here.
Exactly.
How easy. Kevin Love was 40 and 20 people. He was 40 and 20. My bad. If I can't.
No, you can't.
All right. He was 40 and 20. He was doing stuff. He was out here threatening, thinking that he was you. He ain't like that. He like that.
No, it's good. No, listen. On paper, they look deadly, but I'm just trying to think ego. Like, I mean, you know, as a young.
I don't think they got no ego left. Not in me. You just want to win. You just want to win at this point.
Yes.
What ego do you have?
I mean, because my thing, because you know how it was being a youngster, getting a name for yourself. Once I got my name for it, I'm not stepping back from it.
That's why you was Shaq, though. Yeah, that's why you got 4 of them. Because it takes certain personalities that come in and say, hey, bro.
Okay, so you want Tyrese Maxey to step back?
No, he's not.
I don't think it's going to step back.
Okay.
Well, this is the only reason
about learning how to be a
When
champion.
he slow the ball down, all Tyrese Maxey has to do is figure out a set where he can use Jaylen Brown as a threat to where now you can't help. And then who am I getting the ball to? Am I feeding Bron or am I feeding Joel? He don't have no problem turning the corner, getting his shot whenever he wants. He'll become more efficient. You won't ever see him play a bad game. I think he'll have more efficient season.
I'm more concerned about injury than ego, but I think Jaylen Brown, because all the rest of them were on this team last year. Jaylen Brown's the one mystery of how it's all going to work, but like,
I'll tell you what.
it seemed like they fit great.
I'll tell you what other pieces is worth. Anthony Simons.
No one's talking about it. You got this dude that can shoot
about it.
40%
about it.
3.
Damian Lillard might have taught him a little too much. And it's going to all come to an end right here because
He's got superstar, like he's been.
Well, Pope too, right?
Caldwell Pope signed.
Yeah, they got some shooters.
Caldwell Pope done one before. This is going to be his third franchise that he's looking for a ring on. That's what I'm saying.
It hurts us won it before.
That's what I'm saying. The DNA of what's going on,
Yes.
I get what they doing because it might seem like I read a quote earlier. They were saying it looked like Ron chasing rings. I'm like, no matter where he would have landed, it looked like he chasing the ring. That's how good he is, even at 41. If he joins the team now, y'all cheating. It was gonna be that either way. I think he just couldn't go to Golden State because then you're KD. He did complain. He was on our team. We all complained when KD went over there and joined Steph. So if he would have went over there, we'd have complained. I still watched it, though.
What you said about LeBron loving the story, that would have been him and someone else's story.
Yeah, it's not a good comic book.
You know what I mean? Like, we're having this discussion, who's the team?
It's about to be the best comic book.
Yeah,
The
it is.
best comic book option we got available. Ron James just went to Philly after he been talked about to go to like a certain city vibe that's like a market, feel good, Showtime city. Now he goes to like
Now he goes to a
blue-collar.
place where everyone's going to have his beard, because Philly is the city of beards.
They're not gonna have his beard.
They're going to be playing dreams.
They're gonna have their own beards.
They're going to be playing dreams and nightmares.
Not to be part of that New York household.
Listen,
Philly gonna disown him for that. Like, we don't want that beard. They got that long.
they got that long
beard.
yes.
Yeah.
What
They
I'm
got
saying,
the no
like,
bacon beard.
the energy in Philly is going to be unbelievable.
I wanted to work. I don't think it's gonna work.
I don't know if it's gonna work right away.
Is
I
work
can't say
for
it's gonna
you?
work. I'm just
Work
saying.
for you, championship or bust?
Right, yeah, that's a question. Yes. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Not 50. Listen, they're gonna win 40, 50 games, but nah.
Championship or bust?
Yes.
Jalen Brunson leads the fourth quarter scoring for the last 5
Guess what?
consecutive years in the playoffs.
Jalen Brunson got Tyrese Maxey.
Jalen
Brown
Listen,
and
Tyrese
Joel
Maxey,
Embiid.
Tyrese, I love you to death.
Philly
You
got a
have
squad
to show
now.
me that you get to beat Jalen Brunson. No. Tyrese Maxey has had his rundown with Jalen Brunson already.
Bro, Philly got a squad now, Mr. Shumpert.
That's what I'm saying. Jalen Brunson needs to be stopped before we start considering people for championship or bust. And all
Look
that.
at that paper.
What are y'all gonna do about this light skinned dude?
That's a legendary squad on paper already. Already.
Who?
Maxey, Edgecombe.
It's cool. That's what I said.
Brown,
I'm glad
Brown,
that that was
and
the first
Embiid. Come on,
topic.
bro.
We can lead off with all
You
that.
can't knock off the
Jalen
Kings this
Brunson
year.
got the gold ball, man.
The Knicks won, so they are.
That's
So
right.
you have to beat them in.
The Knicks against the man who maybe talked too well. Nick Saban and Kirby Smart. We're underway. He settles in on the slides. Low snap, 37. They'll plenty of time and they're running out of it. And he's going to be dragged down. We're back at a 32. Picking up the hesitation and an explosion. Touchdown, Georgia. And this time of ours, Will Record, the senior kicker, will drive from 43 yards away to become the all-time leading scorer in college football history. And he's got it. Lock it in. Go down to 2. One blitz. And it pays off. I like the motion. Roll again. A wide snap. He's got a wheel back to Jam Miller. Touchdown, Alabama. He's got to get all the way to the 9-yard line to pick up a first down. Back. Here comes the heat. Down he goes. For the time. On the way. He hit the right upright. And given them an opportunity here in Georgia's end of the field of the 43. He fakes the toss sweep. Here comes the heat. Down he goes for the first time today. Third down and 4. They're looking for it. It's on the way. Willow. Lobs it far side. Bond, did he get it? He did. He did. Willow scans the field to the end zone. And it's caught. Jermaine Burton. Touchdown, Alabama. Motion to turn the Wilton in the backfield, but it's back to throw on first down. He's going to air it out long. And Arian Smith has got it at the 20-yard line. It's up and it's perfect. Right down Beach Girls and the Jackson will come in and join the group in tight. They're going to get the hand around the ball. That's the Georgia. No, Alabama's got it. Freshman Marshall. And a kick. And 27 is good. Marshall back in trouble. Runs into his own lineman and goes down. Play action.
We'll wrap up that conversation.
Other than that, there's been a lot of silence, I feel like.
Oh my goodness, bro. Bro, this is so jank. Like, look.
You know, I don't happen to be running. A lot of very good Republicans are running. And you have a sick ideology taking place right now that, you know, hopefully they'll be defeated because they'll destroy the country if they ever take over. But this desk is like a blocking desk. No matter who gets in. If it's bad, I block. And I'm good at blocking. If it's bad, if it's stupid things like the things they want to do. We want to get rid of the U.S. Senate. I don't like a lot of senators, to be honest with you. I don't want to get rid of the Senate. We want to get rid of the Supreme Court. They want to put now 21 or 23 people, that's a real, on the Supreme Court, or get rid of it. They want to get rid of the presidency. They want to have an appointed executive running. That's a communist thing. You know? That's a communist thing. These are sick people. And, you know, I said it the other day, and it maybe doesn't sound that important, but when a country goes bad, like look at the blue cities. What do they have in common? A substance.
Basketball shoes are not here today. Kids don't want to wear basketball shoes. The basketball shoes are no longer a lifestyle shoe. When we were growing up, when signature shoes were Offset slept with sweeping. Took care of the
Safety. Xavier McKinney, ladies and gentlemen. You're one of my favorites in the league. I put aside my bias, but not when I come to Packers camp. You look fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Entering your seventh?
7 years.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good. It's amazing to just be out here, to get the opportunity to be out here with the guys again. And, you know, it's a blessing to have been able to do this for a 7th time. So I'm excited.
You've had so many different coaches, X, and like you go from Halfley to now Jonathan Gannon.
Yep.
Give us the biggest difference. How is this thing going to look uniquely different in your scheme?
Yeah, I think, you know, right now, obviously, I think everybody's kind of been the talk of this 3 safety look. And, you know,
I've seen that a little bit.
Yeah, it's been very fun just being out there with E, with Bull, all at the same time.
Bro, #1 seeding. We're getting blown out.
It just rolls and it's very smooth. And then, you know, obviously all the other guys, some pieces we added in Zaire, couple different pieces to be able to help and assist our defense. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's Evan Williams and Bullard. And so when you go 3 safety, how does that, why do you go 3 safety? What does that accomplish as a unit?
So I think, you know, with us 3, I think because we're so versatile and very intelligent, have a lot of football IQ, it's just hard to keep, you know, either one of us off the field at any time. So I think the fact that JG is taking his time and making sure that he implements all of us all into the scheme and making sure that we're all out there at the same time, and also being able to do different things from different spots. I think it's going to be able to kind of throw curveballs at defenses, and it's going to be very helpful.
And the picks are going to go up. I have to imagine.
Yes.
All y'all are roaming around. You want that number of 14 takeaways to jump to what it was the year previous, right?
Exactly. And that's, you know, that's what we're focusing on. You know, our emphasis is on takeaways, and like I said before, we got the guys to do it. We got a lot of playmakers on our team, from the back end to the second level, even to the front guys that are going to be able to rush the quarterback, get to the quarterback, and it's going to be good for us.
Vantage point, other side looking over across to this offense with Jordan and all these receivers, and Tucker's coming back.
Yeah.
What's Jordan looking like in camp?
Looking good. I think, you know, every camp, this is my 3rd camp so every time, you know, we played and been able to compete in practice, he always looks really good. So we try to get our little competition.
What is unique about him in the pocket?
Man, I think his most unique thing that he does is the no looks. He's good at that. He doesn't do it like super often in games, but he's able to kind of get false key you, and you think he's going one way, and then 1 second he could go the other way, just like that. So he's got a lot of different things to his game that are very unique, and makes it hard to be able to play against him.
I've seen some linebackers blitzing. I've seen y'all defensive backs blitzing. The pass rush will come eventually.
Yeah.
What happens when Micah Parsons comes back to that pass rush?
And that's going to be a game changer for us. He's a playmaker for our defense, for our team, and he's one of those guys. He's a closer for us as well.
Yeah.
Any time that we need a play to be made, a sack, a strip sack, you always know that number one's going to be there. So, when he comes back, I know he's working right now. I've been able to absolutely work him now, but I've been talking to him, and I know that he's progressing.
What's he look like?
He's progressing well. And he's making sure that he's taking every step that he can possibly take to get out there as fast as he can. So we're just waiting. We're going to keep holding it down for him, and when he gets back, it's going to be good.
Cannot wait to see the moxie of this group. I know you feel a little underrated.
Yeah.
I heard you say it recently.
Of course.
Right?
Always.
This is the strength of this team, this defense. Going to be fun to watch.
Yes.
Max McKinney right here. Appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you.
Man, it's so difficult to play 1 year in the NFL or the NBA. And I think these kids have, these play to be your last. These kids have so much pressure. If you play 3 years in the NBA, man, that's a hell of a thing. If you play 6 years in the NBA, forget about it. 10, don't even talk to nobody. Don't talk to nobody that has anything negative to say about your career. I don't care if you average 1 point in the NBA. I used to clown Ryan Hollins, who's my dude, all the time. Like about how many minutes he would get, right? Bottom line is Ryan Hollins, I want to say played 11 years in the league. And also, in terms of just a pure athlete, how many people on earth are as good an athlete as Ryan Hollins, who's 7 feet tall, with a wingspan, can jump, is coordinated. Best volleyball player in the world. And someone like me, when we're doing a radio show together or something, I'm making fun of how many minutes he can. But what I'm saying is the NBA is so gangster that you can be a 7-foot-tall freak athlete who knows how to play, and you might not get a lot of minutes, but if you can stick around 10 plus years, you really get something. Stick around 3 years, because let me tell you, the only thing you want in life is a head start. That's it. Like your dad, if he said to you, Max, only thing I want you to do is be able to provide for your family, right? He didn't say he wanted you to go off and be one of the better guys on TV and doing boxing. He just said, be in a position to do a really good job for your family. These guys have so much pressure from society and from people commenting on things that, number one, they know nothing about. Number two, they couldn't even walk. Not even walk. They couldn't even step out of bed into the shoes of some of these guys.
And one of my favorite things was when Scott Brady was telling all these high school and college players, he was like, I'm much closer to LeBron James than you are to me.
100%.
And then he went to the park and just busted everyone's shit.
That's Brian Scott Brady.
Yeah, he made the NBA and stuck around. By the way, and won a championship.
Yeah, and was really good in college. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I just
the NBA, and people have to understand. I used to say this on the radio sometimes. If I'd say, hey, this guy sucks, I'd preface it by saying, let me just say this. He is one of the greatest athletes who ever lived, because he plays in the NBA. There are only 450 guys. When I say suck, I'm just saying by NBA standards, by the standards of every other thing in the world, he's amazing. But we're talking about the NBA.
I think, Max, it becomes so mentally challenging for players and families because of this unrealistic expectation that really should be flipped inside out. It should be like, man, imagine climbing, what's the big Mount Everest 3 times.
Nothing you want to think about that.
Exactly. So that's
Mount Everest for what?
But that's, anyway, that's my point.
San Antonio would have definitely been considered ring chaser.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't win it, it just would have been like
They're the favorites. They're
right.
co-favorites.
OKC,
They just won it.
a little less, but still probably. I can't say different. Now, obviously, some people are saying this is ring chasing. So some people would have said wherever he went, because they were all good teams, it was ring chasing. Denver, I don't know that I consider that ring. Obviously, Jokic is awesome, but they have not had great deep playoff runs in the last few years. And obviously, it's been a few years now since they won it. But still, some would have definitely felt that way. These three things, it's interesting you said three specific things, because that's what I had too. Three specific things. One, winning is definitely priority number one. Because you can argue that of the teams he considered strongly, it's arguable, but this is the team that's the most talented and has the best chance of winning. All right? You can, Cleveland maybe, but this team is stacked on paper. All right? Secondly, legacy. And for LeBron, legacy is all about the GOAT. There's nothing else he can do except convince more people that he's the GOAT. All right? And so I think LeBron's looked at it like, this is just me speculating. The two things he can do to convince a majority of people that he's the GOAT is the longevity, which he obviously has that. And then secondly, if he wins with Philly, he'll be the first player in NBA history to win 4 championships with 4 different franchises. And 3 of them, obviously, he led them there. This one, he's one of the best players we'll see, maybe whatever. And so I think that I believe, because I don't think the GOAT conversation is ever that far from his mind, I think that played a role. Like, you know what, as you said, they haven't won it in 23 years. You already helped the Cavs bust the drought. You'd be helping Philadelphia, one of the great franchises in the league. Even though they haven't won it in 4 decades, they're one of the great franchises. So that was the second thing I learned. And then the third thing is, when he was playing against Dallas a few months ago, and Luka was out, and LeBron was having a great game, and said to that fan, they got me on the shelf. He was joking around with the fans. He didn't mean it fully. He was like, to me it meant, I don't think he hated playing the way he played in LA. Now maybe some could argue that because he left there, but I think when he said they got me on the shelf, he was kind of playing along with the fan. Yeah, I can do more, but they got me on the shelf. Because that is the exact role he needs to go play in Philadelphia. The same role he played with Luka and Austin Reeves is what they need for him to do at Philadelphia. They don't need ball-dominant LeBron, and he's not necessarily that player at this stage of his career anyway. But they got 5 big-time offensive players in their starting lineup. Not a role player among them. You need role players. Team USA even did that. They picked Derek White over Jaylen Brown. All right, you need role players. LeBron, I'm not saying he'll be a role player, but he is the only one who can get you 20 points without having the ball a ton. All right, the only one he's the best passer on the team. He can still rebound well, and quite honestly, Embiid's not the rebounder he used to be, so he could be one of their best rebounders. He's the only player I can see that can really impact the game strongly on their team without having the ball in his hands a lot. Maxey is used to having the ball a lot and being a scorer. Jaylen Brown is a defender, but offensively, he'll have the ball in his hands to make an impact. VJ is young, we'll see. And Embiid at this point is scores. He's not a great defender, not a great rebounder.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Clearly their best passer.
Yeah,
Like ball in his hands, but moving it rather than initiate. I do think he's going to have to be a huge offensive initiator as far as.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a Luka. There's not even Maxey, though. Maxey doesn't play like Luka, so that's going to be different.
There is a guy.
And physically want to impose my will each and every play, and it's not for everybody to understand, you know. And when I'm out here, I go into a whole nother zone, a whole nother state. You know, it's me versus you. So I like to use the reference of we're in a boxing match because I'm most of the time on this island. There's nobody gonna help you. There's nobody gonna help me. So let's go. You know, and so that's the mindset I gotta have when I'm out here. And you know, and honestly, you know, I could care less if I'm misunderstood.
Dopamine highs. Let's go get the dopamine
yeah,
high.
absolutely.
My Super Bowl and playoff prediction. So I'm going to start this out. Our staff has a great note. 36 straight seasons with 4+ new playoff teams in the NFL. Keep that in mind. If you're thinking chalk, you're wrong. Let's get started. Here we go. In the AFC East, despite my shots at the Buffalo Bills this week and last week, I am picking the Buffalo Bills to win the AFC East. Last year with the Patriots, the Bills bounced back. They are the largest favorites of any team to win their division. I am not buying Joe Brady, but I do believe the Buffalo Bills win the AFC East. Patriots fans, earmuff it. Here we go. AFC North. I'm going with another team. Well, not another. A team that missed the playoffs last year, Baltimore Ravens. Listen, it was the final game of the season, fluky stuff, amazing fourth quarter, missed field goal at the horn. I got the Ravens bouncing back and winning the AFC North. Another division winner.
Bro, I don't understand. Like,
Declan Doyle obviously calling plays for the first time in his career. Bullish on the Ravens. Let's go to the AFC South. It's a team I like a lot. The Houston Texans. I know nobody likes C.J. Stroud. Give me C.J. Stroud, baby. When the public goes one way, I like to go the other. I'm betting on the defense. I'm betting on Stroud being a little bit better. 10 starters back on defense. Holy smokes. The division is going to be better. I know some people think it's down. I think the Titans are going to be good. Daniel Jones is actually moving around, which is scary. Texans win the South. In the AFC West, this is risky because of the net differential in scheduling and rest days. I'm going Chargers. Justin Herbert and Mike McDaniel, I think, light the world on fire. I will have a Justin Herbert MVP ticket just for fun. I like the Chargers a lot. I'm down on the Broncos. Denver fans, you can, stop watching because I don't have you in the playoffs. All right, let's go to the wild card. The 3 wild card teams in the AFC. Number 1, the Chiefs. Mahomes is back. Reed is back. They did go 1-9 in one-score games last year. It was, I believe, 11-0 the year before. They'll win 5 one-score games and be fine. I don't love this team. I don't have them in the Super Bowl, but I have the Chiefs in the wild card. Next up, wild card number 2, the Cincinnati Bengals, who were not in the playoffs last year. So for me, if you're keeping score at home, Ravens, Chiefs, and Bengals did not make the playoffs last year. I have all of them in the playoffs this year. I still do think, though, Zach Taylor is terrible. I like the upgrades on defense. The Cowboys upgraded on defense, so did the Bengals. And the final wildcard team in the AFC, it is not the Jets, it is the Jaguars. We just talked about them. They did lose 3 pretty good players, I think. 1 on offense, a couple on defense. We shall see. I'm a believer in Liam Cohen. I do like the Travis Hunter return from injury is going to be big. It's a good team, man, guys. Stop selling the Jags short. Liam Cohen is a great coach. So those are my 7 playoff teams in the AFC. Let's head to there it is on the screen. 3 new playoff teams. Remember, 4 every year for the last 36 years. Let's go to the NFC. Right out of the gate, I'm going Eagles. I don't think there's any doubt about this. I think Dallas is going to be better. I think Rachel's Commanders will be a little better. I'm not buying the Giants. Give me the Eagles 10 or 11 wins. Defense is nasty. A.J. Brown will not be missed. In the NFC North, I will go with the Detroit Lions. Bit of a surprise. They did not make the playoffs last year. The schedule is extremely fortuitous. And I think the injuries that crippled them late in the year last year, people are overlooking that. This is a good team. I don't love Dan Campbell. I like him. I think Detroit wins the division. In the NFC South, again, you could basically pick this one out of a hat. I went Tampa, Baker Mayfield revenge season, perhaps. Tampa did not make the playoffs last year. Don't love their head coach. He's on the hot seat. I like Baker. I like the offense. Vita Vea wants out. Maybe they keep him. I don't know. I don't love this division. I went Bucks. NFC West. This is a layup. I think they need no introduction, and we'll talk about them in the Super Bowl. The Rams. I would be if Stafford gets hurt, they're done. But other than that, anything less than a Super Bowl trip, massive disappointment. So here are my 3 wild card teams in the NFC. Number 1 is a bit of a surprise, and it's a late addition. It's the Minnesota Vikings. We're showing McCarthy on the screen, but it's probably going to be the Kyler Murray, Kevin O'Connell show. And the defense, it can potentially carry this team, guys. They are very, very good. And how about this stat from our staff? 10 different starting offensive line combos last year. Christian Darrisaw was down a lot. That is a huge get back for Minnesota. He is very, very good. Second wildcard team staying in the division. Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love. Micah Parsons coming back week 6. I had hoped it would be earlier. It's just a brutal end to the season last year. Love had some injuries. I like LaFleur, man. I don't know all about all this LaFleur on the hot seat nonsense. I like the Packers as a wild card team. And finally, yeah, I know you're waiting, Seattle. The Seahawks sneak into the playoffs. They do return 20 of 22 starters, but they lose Kubiak, which is massive. And Kenneth Walker, I think, is a big loss. So there are the 3 wild card teams. 3 new playoff teams in the NFC, 3 in the AFC. Now, I know people are not going to like that. We will quickly go my Super Bowl. I'll go with the conference championships and then the Super Bowl. In the AFC, I have, yes, the Houston Texans.
Bro, this gotta be like the Pacers are terrible, bro. Like
But at least we'd be close by if we received any news that we can ask around to see if anyone recognized his picture. Before we reached the site, I received another call from the police. My boyfriend had been in the hospital since Saturday morning. He went on of the festival around 3 a.m. together with a few other people and also went to the hospital. All of them severely beaten up and without any of their belongings. The hospital doctors said the same.
Bro, look at this. This is why we be losing, because they changed the rules to the first quarter 120. Hey,
Moore's got 24 points. He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now. Well, I'll tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far. Here's McMillan. Here's Moore. Just 5 to shoot. They set the screen. Three-pointer. Knocks down the ball. Jay. Moore's got 5 points in the quarter. Here in the second half, he's looked like a totally different player. That's his third triple. Back to Tate. Pass to Stevens. And the layup. Stevens has got 10 points in just the second half. It's been a dominant night for him. Getting the double.
bro, you gotta hit, bro. Can you even shoot to be shooting? Why are they selling me, bro? It's really no time just a shot clock. You gotta score 120. That's crazy. Shoot that Williams boys be shooting. They be missing. Thank you for having us in him. I drafted him. Oh my goodness. Why are we leaving him open though? Yeah, he trying to get that ring. Hey, 6 more points, bro. Give me a 3. Oh, easy pick and roll. He open. He can shoot. Oh! Hey, yo, chill out. There you go. Ew. Make it a 4-point play. MVP him. End it. Look, he's a little body. Gave it up. You don't. Somebody gets the rack. Now we can't score all this further. There you go. Boy. But I like time matters. You gotta take it and we need a bucket. Game up. Thank you. Finally. It took us 3 episodes. Thank you, finally, bro. And he not even MVP. It's our point guard. Finally, bro. It took us long enough. We ran. We think 2056. That's insane. GG's.